What's good up next, family? Danny here, back with another way for you guys to make crypto so much easier in your life and let AI do everything. I found an app that you guys are going to absolutely love. We're going to download it right here and test it out. It is the Cryptoeye app. I'll tell you what, man, these guys have some really incredible reviews, so I wanted to test it out for myself. So let's go ahead and download this right now and get started with Cryptoeye. Cool. Now that we have the app downloaded right here, you guys can see that chart analysis is a huge part about this. One of the main features which I'm super excited about and I really wanted to test out is their chart analysis. So let me upload a picture of the Bitcoin chart and let's see what type of analysis it can actually give us. All right, select the photo, generate forecast, and it gives you all sorts of different instructions, warnings, picture examples. It's really cool stuff. Actually, it's really cool stuff. Generate, boom. There it is. It is completed now. It has generated a chart analysis for us, the overall look at a chart. We want to find out where the price of Bitcoin is going to go, so we're going to select BTC right there. Boom. Very cool. Generate the forecast. There we go. It's analyzing again. Come on now, feed us. Boom, here we go. Bitcoin. And you can chat with the AI, you can trade live right there. But basically it's going to give you guys the graph analyzing, the news analyzing. Obviously it goes across. Using the power of AI is absolutely incredible, by the way. Goes across, you know, the entire world just to get you guys these news outlets. Has the source link. Holy smokes. And it gives you guys a full conclusion. You guys, I love how this app actually works, how it utilizes the power of AI to do an entire, not just market research, not just looking at the charts, but also looking at the news, looking at the different predictions being made, looking at the different days of the week. Something that is so difficult to do if you're just doing it on your own. You know, if you're going to go do all of this research on your own to look at, you know, what people are saying on the news, what some of the big traders are predicting, what the indicators are saying, what the graphs are saying, all of these things bundled up into one place under one umbrella. If you were to do this on your own, it would take a massive amount of time. But here we have a beautiful conclusion showcasing you guys that, you know, over the past week, Bitcoin's price has shown fluctuations primarily due to the macroeconomic uncertainties. This is including geopolitical tensions. This is including the different, you know, tariffs that are in the space that are happening in the world right now, and a variation of global bond yields. So if you're going to go do this research yourself and try to tie in all the different global economic situations that's happening across the entire world to see why this is affecting the price of Bitcoin, well then good luck, because it is going to take you guys a lot of time and you are probably not going to make it in time to get into the right positions. So you have it already done for you right here with the power of AI. Cryptoeye is already taking care of that, but on top of that, it's going to bring you guys predictions from some of the big names in the space, the big traders, the guys that have been making money. So you can see right here, there's a huge prediction made with the potential price drop of Bitcoin down to $20,000. And this is if the NASDAQ actually enters a bear market, and it's going to influence the market sentiment. So all of these things, you know, even myself as a trader, as a pretty seasoned trader that's been trading for the past 6-7 years, I'm not going to have complete access to all of this information until I go really search for this stuff, you know. And if I'm trading the chart and I'm sitting there looking at the chart and I actually know how to use the different indicators, a lot of the new traders, avid traders, they don't know how to use these indicators. But even for myself to set up these indicators and follow the news, follow what's happening in the market, follow the different predictions, you're gonna have to have 4 or 5 monitors set up, you know, following every single movement of you know, the space to be able to make the right decisions. Now you have it all under one umbrella with Cryptoeye. On top of that, You know, they look at the different days of the week. You can see in this conclusion that Bitcoin has experienced significant price volatility during the weekends. For you to know that, you're going to have to be, you know, again, watching the charts, looking at the different patterns in this space, looking at the patterns on the weekdays, the weekends. What day of the weekend is it most volatile? When does it start taking off again? Is it happen on Mondays, Tuesdays? All of these things, you're gonna have to create different patterns for you, looking at different weeks and months to be able to make these right calls. But again, the power of AI comes in here, gets it done for you guys, shows you that the volatility is happening during the weekends, and it typically carries over into Mondays. Now, despite these challenges, the indicators of a strong buying pressure suggest a potential upward movement, particularly as a key. It's gonna happen actually. So this is telling you guys that there is going to be strong buying pressure happening, suggesting that potential upward movement is coming, and particularly as key resistance levels appear to be weakening. Again, another part of this conclusion. Now it's looking at indicators. We looked at the market, we looked at the news, we looked at the graphs, we looked at the different suggestions being made by some of the big boys in the space. But now we're going down to the bottom of this. We're going down to the indicators. Now, if you don't know how to use different indicators, especially resistance levels, you are not going to be able to make the right call again. But here again, our beautiful AI tells us that, look, resistance levels appear to be weakening, so we're going to see some upward trend. Therefore, Bitcoin's near-term movement could be influenced by broader economic conditions, specific market events, and investor sentiment. Again, giving you guys a very good look at what's going to be happening with the price of Bitcoin in the near term. You know, keyword near term. And the opinion analyzing feature gives you guys instantaneous stuff that's happening in the space, as far as, you know, BTC US Central Bank balance sheet is breaking out. You know, money printer is about to absolutely go off. It's gonna pump. Again, all of these different things happening instantaneously is being pushed directly to the palm of your hands with the power of Cryptoeye. And on top of that, you guys will have access to all of the source links. So, you know, if there's a statement being made about somebody suggesting this, price predictions, all sorts of stuff, you don't just have to stick to that little paragraph. You can actually go on and do your own research, further build on the research that you're doing to make even a better decision. And by doing so, you can actually do that directly from the app. They have source links for you, so you can go further and actually check out more why these people are saying this, explanations on exactly what's going to be happening and stuff like that, which is really, really important, because at the end of the day, you know, AI is doing all the work for you. But if you are a seasoned trader, you always want to do even extra research. So all of that, again, is happening right there at the palm of your hands. And again, you can get a better breakdown here as well. It's talking about the different days of the week. The weekends nervousness actually appears to have carried over into Mondays. Data from Velo actually shows over the past 3 months, Mondays and Thursdays have been the most negative days of the regular worksheet. Sunday, however, stands out as the worst performing day of the week overall, with an average price decline of 1% overall. So imagine, for you to get that information, how much chart watching you're actually going to have to do, and how much patterns you're going to have to put together to be able to come up with a statement as strong as that. So again, you know, 95% of the work is being done for you here, maybe even closer to 99%, and all you're going to have to do is put in that extra 1% to make things happen the right way. And I'm so excited about what Cryptoeye is doing in the space right now. This is something I've never seen done before, so huge shout out to them for that. And this right here, you can trade. So you hit trade and it's going to take you guys over to 𝐕𝐄𝐃, and you can start trading live right there on 𝐕𝐄𝐃. It is fully immersive. It is really nice to actually see that you can do forecasts, you can do analysis, and if you use the forecast option, you guys can actually check the forecast of a different crypto in the next, I don't know, couple hours or couple days, and then come back and see if your trades were actually accurate or profitable based on the forecasts that we got in from the app. This is really incredible stuff. You guys can see right here the objective 88 1,000, stop loss at 81,000, the input range, all of that stuff is right there for you guys, which is really nice to see. So I'm happy to see how the analysis actually came out. I really like the chart analysis. I think it gave us some very good options of what we can do with the market right now, with the market conditions. But on the next video, I'm actually going to put in a forecast. We're going to open up a trade with the forecast and come back and see how that trade does in a couple days, or so on and so forth, just to see how accurate this system can be. I really like the analysis feature, but we're going to test out the forecast feature next and see if Cryptoeye is the eye to keep on the crypto market going forward. Let's go.